Hey friends, here at the Vande Hey Company, we have been absolutely committed over the last several years to doing everything that we can to reduce our footprint when it comes to winter and in particular salt and salt usage. Salt, also known as sodium chloride, is actually toxic to the environment. It does not get released from the soil and it harms our lakes, our waterways, our rivers. And so being a landscape company, we have a vested interest in doing everything we can to reduce our footprint while keeping everyone safe when they're going to work or when they're trying to get to the store or wherever it is that they're trying to go to.
So in the summer of 2023, the leadership team here at the Vande Hey Company participated in Wisconsin's SaltWise program. SaltWise is a commitment to both educating corporations as well as individuals for proper use of salt, but also it is a certification process for companies like ourselves who are committed to reducing our footprint. The products that we use here during our winter season is a combination of both liquids and granulars. The liquid brine, then the brining process that we go through, is typically used as a pre-application. In that pre-application, not only does it ensure a better, cleaner parking lot and or sidewalk surface, but it also, because of the inhibitors that we put into that and the organic matter that we put into it, our products are pet friendly, people friendly, and they are safe to walk on immediately. They're doing far less damage to our landscapes, and we're not leaving clouds and dusts of white powder from sodium chloride all over our properties.
So with our brine machine, we use a little bit of science involved in this. We need to constantly check the salinity level of this water. And so we have a little chart and we record all of that. And the first step is to take our self-made handy-dandy little catch basin here. Think of it like a beaker in your old science classes. And we just take the water, we test the water, and we fill it up. And then we take an instrument called a hydrometer. And a hydrometer tests the salinity level of the water. And so all we do is we take the hydrometer and it floats inside of here. And we know that we will have 23.3% salinity in our salt water. And that's how we make sure that we're doing it the right way. So once we know that we have the right salinity level, then all of these, the liquid from here gets pumped outside into our holding tanks and into our trucks. So we're outside here with one of our brine trucks, and this is the truck that we haul around. Just under 1,000 gallons of brine to take out to all of our sites. And so it's fairly simple. Once we have made the brine, we pump them into our holding tanks. The holding tanks, then we bring them into a big machine like this. You've probably seen machines like this driving down the interstate. In fact, this is that level of grade. And so it's a 3-lane machine. What that means is that the brine comes out of the tank and the pumps, gets sprayed down. It is deliberate that they are very thin lines. That's so that we can concentrate the amount with the pressure, the amount of brine that we're putting onto your asphalt. When you use a fan tip and spray it out, it actually dilutes the brine. So that's why there's lines that you see going down the street. Here is the same thing. We do this for our parking lots. We have side sprays that get an entire lane over, so another 10 feet out from both sides of the truck. When we're in a parking lot, if we happen to come near cars, inside the cab of the truck, we just push a little button, shuts off the side sprayers, and we can keep going. Brine, think of brine as pan spray for your pan. That when you spray your pan and you go to scrape something off, it gets all the way to the bottom and does not leave any residue. If you don't do brining, that's what brining does. If you don't do brining, you leave a little bit of a film, which means you always got to come back and keep salting. If you don't get the salt down immediately, that little film turns into ice, which creates a danger and a hazard. And when you're putting it down, you're putting down full rock salt. With brine, I'm only putting 23% of the salt down in order to melt that ice.
When we get those light dustings of snows, and often at night those would freeze over, and so everyone's immediate reaction is just throw some more salt down. Because of the additives and the corrosion inhibitors that we put into our brine mix, we are able actually to see melting take place without having to put rock salt down because it stays on the pavement. Additionally, the benefits of our corrosion inhibitors keep your railings and your door frames from a damage of rust, which we all know that salt can do a tremendous amount of damage to metals. So this winter season, when you are coming and going from your place of work, and if it's a location that the Vande Hey Company has taken care of, what you're probably not going to see this year on your sidewalks is big piles of salt. We do this, one, to protect the environment, but also to protect our buildings. Nobody wants to see that being traipsed into your buildings. If you or your family have any interest in this for your own personal home, we do sell our sidewalk salt that is both pet friendly and kid safe, and it will melt at 20 degrees below zero. You can get that in a smaller 25-pound bag, or you can get it in a 12-pound shaker canister, which some people find a little bit easier to pour on their sidewalks.
The whole goal of doing this and our investment as a company is to keep everybody safe, protect our environment, use a little less salt, and at the end of the day, have a better product, a high quality, better product that is keeping everybody safe, clean, and ice-free this winter.